One thing that your dad mentioned that I didn't really know, he was worried that you were on the verge of quitting baseball.
If I didn't get like a scholarship offer or like if I had a bad season last season, I probably would have stopped playing after 2 years of JUCO.
I need you to tell me about where you started, what that second half of your season looked like.
Before I started with you, I think I was hitting like 210 or 209, something like that. I finished batting 350 on the year, 421 in conference, 468 on base, and a 614 slugging.
Let's go. And how good did that feel going from on the verge of quitting to putting that season together and then receiving a scholarship offer to go play college baseball?
It almost makes me emotional to kind of talk about it because it's like I was so far down in the dumps and I found you as a resource. I was like, man, like this is really like life-changing almost.
All right, so we're here with Parker, dude. First of all, I want to say thanks for coming on, bro. If you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and introduce yourself, kind of your name, your position, and where you're currently playing.
So I'm Parker Sobiesiak. I'm from Southern California, and I play outfield here at Northwest Nazarene University in Idaho.
And you were just saying how what a beautiful place that is, man. I'm glad you kind of found a good home there. All right, so before you join our program, can you walk me through kind of like where you were at in your career? And I'm really excited to hear you talk about this.
Before I started with Janston, I was in a really bad like mental headspace. Like I kept seeing things on Instagram and like YouTube, like or how to make minor adjustments, and I feel like that just kept like setting me back further instead of putting me in the right direction. Like I would try and take advice from like anybody, like, oh, like how what do you think I should do? Or what do you think should help me? And like it just set me back further. Luckily enough, I saw Janston on Instagram Reels. I was like, dude, I like the way this guy talks. I like the way this guy like says things about like swings and breakdowns. And I was like, I'm just gonna shoot him a text on Instagram and hopefully he responds. Lucky enough he did.
Dude, that's so awesome. And by the way, I feel like that's something that so many guys are going through, that there's so much noise out there that it's hard to kind of focus in on what really is specific and helps you. One thing that your dad mentioned that I didn't really know was that he was worried that you were on the verge of quitting baseball. Is that accurate?
No, that's true. If I didn't get like a scholarship offer or like if I had a bad season last season, I probably would have stopped playing after 2 years of JUCO.
And look at you now, bro. That fires me up like crazy. All right. So, what were some things that you were going through besides trying to, do everything you saw on Instagram? Like, what on the field, like, what issues did you feel like you kept running into that you kind of couldn't solve on your own? Not getting results on the field. I mean, you were on the bench at your JUCO. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why was that?
Probably because I wasn't performing one, and two, like mechanically, I just felt like I couldn't stay back on my backside and I kept like jumping off of it. And my coaches, like, this was something they like pounded into my head. They're like, stay on your backside, stay on your backside. I was like, well, what do you mean by that? Like, I need some help here, obviously. Like, I don't know, like how you can clarify that so I understand better. But that was just something for me, not seeing results and just kind of like being bummed out that I was on the bench and not really like taking that role and running with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man, it makes perfect sense. And like as far as them saying, "Hey, you need to stay back. You need to stay back." I feel like that's what Instagram does. It's like, "Hey, here's the problem. Here's the problem." But it's like, dude, what is the solution? Like me tell myself to stay back, it's clearly not working. I want to be in the lineup. Like give me some more feedback on what to do. As a player myself, that was always some of the most frustrating things is like, "Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Thank you." But now it's like, I need some help on figuring out the solutions. And is that something you felt like you got from working with us in our program?
Oh yeah, 100%. The way you explained things and like made it, it all made sense, and it was like a different avenue to kind of like explore and not really like have the pressure of like, okay, well my coach is doing it or telling me to do something and like I have to do it the way he says. Like if I had a problem with something like you gave me, you were like, okay, we can like try something else or we can like change the process so something works for you instead of just like a cookie cutter approach.
Dude, I just gotta say, man, like the success that you've had fires me up more than anything else. Like going from JUCO on the bench to now all conference, is that correct?
Yeah,
I
first team.
need you to tell me about where you started, JUCO on the bench, what that second half of your season looked like. Like, do you remember the stats you told me?
Before I started with you, I think I was hitting like 210 or 209, something like that. Towards the second half of the season, I finished batting 350 on the year, 421 in conference, 468 on base, and a 614 slugging.
Let's go. And dude, I mean, was that the best season you've ever had?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
And how good did that feel going from on the verge of quitting to putting that season together and then receiving a scholarship offer to go play college baseball?
It was almost like a sigh of relief. It was like, wow, I really went from probably the worst baseball I've ever played to the best baseball I've ever played. I got rewarded with a scholarship, and it was like all the pressure's off. I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna do next year. It's like it's already written for me. It's like God had His plans with me. So
Hell yeah, bro. And I mean, as far as you being down in the dumps, not loving baseball, how many adjustments did we make? Were they huge adjustments, or did you feel like even though you were down in the dumps, you were still one or two clicks away from putting things together?
personally, I was way farther like away from seeing success and making adjustments than I actually was. I definitely think it wasn't anything crazy, like not major tweaks. It was just like drills and the water bag feels and just trying to get out of my own head like mechanically and just going up there and swinging, like playing baseball like it's wiffle ball.
And so, what were the biggest things in the program that allowed you to go up there and feel like you could just play, like you're playing wiffle ball?
Staying on the program and like being dedicated to like the funky drills that you'd have me do. Like all my teammates would ask me like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just trying it out, see if it works." And sure enough, it did. And by probably the end of the season, I had like 4 or 5 guys doing the same drills I was doing.
Yeah, love it, bro. Which drills were they?
It was the tracer drill, the ollie drill, and I think it was like the one-handed zombie drill where you try and finish like through the ball low on your shoulder.
And what was their feedback from the drills? They made fun of you, then they started doing them. What did they think about them?
They're like, dude, I like that drill. Like, where'd you get this? And I'm like, oh, I've been doing it with like my hitting coach for quite some time now.
That's one thing you talked about too, is that there's not as much pressure of us working together and talking through things. Like I feel like when you only work with the coach at your school, it's always this awkward situation. There's always that prior relationship. They have to focus on winning ball games. And I think it's really nice to have a coach. It doesn't have to be me, but someone like me that you can kind of just shoot things back and forth on and just know that, man, like all I want is for you to feel good and get better at baseball. Like, how big of a relief was that for you?
It was such a big relief. Like, I personally don't think I would be in the situation I'm in now if I hadn't reached out to you. It almost makes me emotional to kind of talk about it because it's like I was so far down in the dumps and I found you as a resource. I was like, man, like this is really like life changing almost.
Wow, bro. I appreciate that so freaking much, bro. Like, I feel like the transformation that you made and where you started and where you're at now, and you're at this beautiful place. You just sent me a video of you hitting an absolute nuke off the machine. Like, it just seems almost like a fairy tale story. And I really feel like your story is not over. And I'm really excited to see what comes after this, because you've put in so much work. And I will never forget you sitting in your room, hooking up your bands from your door handle, doing the water bag drills. Like, that will always stick with me. You know, you'll always be one of my favorite guys to ever work with, because you put in the work. And so, dude, I can't thank you enough. And it ties on your heartstrings. I promise it does for me too. I'm really happy for you, bro. Like, college baseball is the best. When you can kind of come out of that valley, dude, how much fun is baseball again, you know?
So much fun.
You know, a big thing I like to talk about is like, find your best swing. That way you can just go out and play. And I think that might not resonate with some people, but do you feel like you were able to kind of find your best swing, and that is what helped you be able to trust your swing where you could just go out and play? Like you say, go out and play wiffle ball?
Yeah, what I've kind of noticed myself is like you train one swing like in the cage or off the machine or like off front toss, like you're trying to do like one thing. But like you don't have that same swing in game because like it's different because of like the pitch location. Like it's about like adjustability and just going up there and trying to get your pitch and making your best swing on that pitch.
No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, your finish is going to change. You know, your swing is like, you could train fastball machine and take the same swing all day, but you know, I really believe in training angles and doing other things to try to simulate what you're going to get in the game. You know, I
Yeah.
think that makes sense. If you could pinpoint certain things with the program that really helped you out the most, was it mechanics? Was it mindset? Like, what was it that really set you on this path to have so much success?
I think a lot of it had to do with my timing, first of all, and like the focal point where I was like trying to look pre-pitch. And oh my gosh, I have notes back here from when we first started.
Oh, way, let's go.
It says, "What's been good? Soft focal point. Looking the pitcher dead in his eyes and trying to hit a line drive off his face. Water bag feels. Go bananas. Getting slack out. A lot of it was mechanical, but I think a lot of it also was mindset. Not thinking too much pre-pitch and just being like focused enough to get a good swing off and not not being anxious.
And so you liked that the program was like, we worked on mechanics, but also in doing so, we were working on mindset a lot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we did mechanics, mindset, approach? Like, were we able to kind of do all facets of baseball all at the same time?
I think so, yeah. Because once I started locking in like my mindset, like the mechanics kind of followed with it. I think that's how it went for me.
Makes sense, right? It's kind of the opposite of what we always go to, but that makes perfect sense. If there's someone in the same position right now that you were in, go back to last year, you're on the verge of quitting, you're in JUCO, you're on the bench. Like, if there's someone who's stuck just like you were, what would you tell them to work on that really helped you out the most?
That's a hard one. Um, Staying positive and trying to find a group of people that, even if you're riding the bench, trying to find a group of people that brings you excitement and brings you joy within like those hard times. I feel like that's kind of what helped me. Trying to put in the work, even when you're struggling and you think like, oh, I'm doing something wrong or I'm doing something that's not working. Go to like an external resource like you and just ask questions, talk to them, try and put in the work without overthinking or stressing about outcomes. I think that's something I would tell
Oh,
them.
yeah. Who do you feel like the program is a good fit for? Do you feel like guys just like in your position? I feel like I consider you a higher level college player. Do you think it's better for more high school guys, college guys? What's kind of been your experience?
I think it's pretty beneficial for anywhere from a freshman in high school to a grad student in college. I mean, you played professional baseball and you've been around high level players, so I think you have a really good experience in trying to talk hitting or trying to talk mindset because you've been at the highest level.
Dude, well, I appreciate you a lot. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about? Is there anything I missed along your journey? Like, how's everything going now?
I've been raking. I had a really hot start the first 4 or 5 weeks, and then we've been inter squatting a lot, and we played a community college team, and they had some pretty good arms. I think their average pitcher was anywhere from like 88 to 90. I think I struggled a little because I had like the first game jitters. It was almost like opening day, and I was like, damn, like is there something wrong with my swing? Like I got to be doing something wrong. So I went like a 1 week period where it almost felt like when I was struggling, like I went back to like, oh, like I'm doing something wrong. There's something wrong with my swing. And then we had like a couple days off, took a break from hitting, and I was like, you know what? Nothing's wrong with my swing. Like I'm obviously here for a reason. I've been putting in the work. Like why not just trust it? And then inter squad, I went 1 for 3 with the bomb. And then the next day we played another community college, and I went 1 for 3 with the bomb again and 2 walks.
Let's go. First college bomb, by the way.
That was my second and third actually.
Okay, well, you sent your first, and so now you've got three on the fall.
Yep.
Let's go. Okay, I didn't even realize that. That's freaking awesome. I'm extremely, extremely proud of you, man. Like I said, I'm really excited to see where this story takes you. But I appreciate you taking the time today. Any endorsement that you've kind of given me, man, it really means a lot to me. And I try to pour my heart and soul into this, just like you do in the cage and on the field. So thank you, thank you, thank you, bro.
No, you're welcome, bro.